Welcome everyone to another episode of the Chuck Graham Show. I have been out probably for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, just personal stuff, out of pocket, all that kind of good stuff. So let's get into it today. First thing, I'd like to say if you want to support the show, you can go to charlesgraham.com. It's charlesgraham.com. And if you like the content here, just hit the subscribe button. I can't even talk, man. Am I having a stroke? Subscribe button and notification bell if we're on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to put I made a decision. I'll put the videos on YouTube if they take it down, and then fuck them. Let them take it down, whatever. So but we will be on rumble.com, and we'll be on Gab. And I'm not on Twitter or Facebook. I deleted that shit over a year ago. I don't want them tyrants having my information. So, just tired of it. Just my little single-handed thing that I can do to make a statement. Anyway, let's get into it today. I was watching a documentary on Kid Rock, and I was super, super impressed by it. And I never knew all the stuff about him, that he come from a middle-class family. His name's Bob, and just a super good guy seems to be, and he seems to be a really good, he's a hard worker, not good, but a hard worker. So I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, I thought, most people don't know that, and keeps his drinking and stuff like that in check, puts it in its place, doesn't drink on stage, that sort of thing. You can't say that for a lot of artists. And the amount of work that he puts in behind his craft and career and business, it's inspiring. Young kids ought to watch that. If they like Kid Rock, they ought to watch that documentary. And I forget what the name of it was. I saw it on YouTube yesterday. So, but my point being is he's right. Hard work, persistence, falling. I can't tell you how many businesses I had fail. And I had one fail during COVID. Did I stop? No, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to do like I always do. Step back and punt. But hey, it's not all totally lost. I mean, I know where I need to be and how I need to do it and that sort of thing. That was a really inspiring story, and I think that's true. I think it's true to the fact that people need to understand that when you're talking about work and perseverance and making it, a lot of times you have to just keep clawing. That's what separates the successful from the non-successful, is the successful just never stop trying to be successful until they reach there. And he made a statement about American Idol, which I totally agreed with. And I told my wife this 2 years ago, and she just rolled her eyes when he said it. And I said, because I come from a background of people in my family playing music. So I didn't, but people in my family did. And here's the thing, these people on those shows, they don't, like he said, they don't tell you that, you suck, and then you get on there and you get made fun of, and that's just not right. I don't watch the show, and one of the reasons is for that reason. I don't want to watch these kids get made fun of. But the thing about it is because some of them may be able to sing that don't make it through that show. I mean, look at Toby Keith. People said he couldn't sing, but hell, he made a lot of money not being able to sing. So, but the point being is he had the right idea on it. I think he seems to be a really good guy, a really nice guy. And I was just going to share my thoughts on it. If you hadn't watched the documentary, just pull it up on YouTube. There's a ton of them out there, and he basically is consistent on all of them. That you gotta crawl before you walk, sort of thing. And one of his statements that rang true to me is there's nothing worse than someone being famous but not rich. And that's what that show does, and I totally agree with it. And Steven Tyler, yeah, he's way too good an artist to be fucking with that show. So is J-Lo, for that matter. But moving on to other and great things that's going on in the country today, I will say, and I want to say this, that I don't edit these shows. It bees what it bees, man. And the whole thing about it is I want you to see you get the real content from me, not some kind of edited bullshit that I just don't do it. I'm going to put it up there. If there's mistakes, there's just mistakes. Life is full of them. But moving on to Joe Biden, what he said in the last news conference that I was aware of, he was talking about that we stand with Ukraine and we're going to do this, that, and the other. And well, all I can say is he is full of shit, is what he is. Should we stand with Ukraine? I think we should provide them missiles and defenses for them to fight for their own freedoms. But that's not what he's doing. Joe Biden has shut down purchasing oil from Russia. Oh, great. Thanks for the virtue signaling, or like Nancy Pelosi, thanks for the virtue signaling, dipshit. Why don't you release the Keystone Pipeline? Make that part of our energy independence, like we would have been if you idiots hadn't shut it down. You're not going to have clean energy when it comes to wind and solar. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen anytime in the next 10 years, 20 years. You've already got clean energy. If you want clean energy, nuclear, period. And from what I understand, there's a guy that's building a particle decelerator that can get rid of the waste in days rather than years and millions of years. So you'd have 100% carbon footprint zero in nuclear energy, but you idiots don't want that. You're virtue signaling. You're killing bald eagles with your windmills. What about them? Don't bald eagles' lives matter? They are the national bird. And the bottom line is this. Joe Biden wouldn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And he needs to be removed under the 25th Amendment. That's what needs to happen. Can't anybody see that this man has dementia and has a cognitive dysfunction? I mean, Jesus. What they've done to this country in a year and a half is atrocious. And then he gets up there and he talks about food shortages. We're going to have food shortages, but we all got to be in. People, let me just give you some education. When fuel prices go up, everything goes up. All inflation it's this fucking simple. All inflation is too much money chasing too few goods. That's it. It's a tax on too much money being printed. And for those of you that voted for Joe Biden, are you happy with your choice? Are you happy that the fact that the news media lied to you and told you that there was no laptop, all this was Russian disinformation? Folks, the bottom line is this man is not capable of being president. He's an idiot, and he gets angry at any kind of questioning. Unlike Trump, that would go out and take your questions for hours, Donald Trump would take your questions for hours. And did he use hyperbole? Yes. Oh, it's the greatest in the world. Well, we don't know that, right? But if you're not a person that can critically think enough to understand that that's hyperbolic talk, then you're an idiot. And you deserve Joe Biden. Because he don't just hyperbole stuff, he flat fucking lies. Oh, well, we never said that Ukraine was going to, the sanctions was going to be a deterrent. And then you hear everybody in his staff, oh, well, the reason we have sanctions is deterrent. Psaki, deterrent. The Secretary of State, deterrent. All of them, deterrent. We are a silly bunch of people. We are. The bottom line is it's very simple to me. If we don't get this shit in check, the country as we know it is going to cease to exist. And you're getting, I mean, all this can go. Look at Venezuela. That dipshit that's in there right now is not even supposed to be in there. He was booted out. He just won't leave. He was booted out in the election, but he won't leave. Leave your comments about that. What do you think about it? I really seriously want to know what y'all think. Because guys, this is crazy. It's crazy talk. And all I can say is that if we don't get this under control, if we don't get these idiots out of office, we're going to be in some serious trouble. And far as the food shortages goes, our farmers can only take so much. And what is this shit that they were saying about China buying up thousands of acres of farmland? Can you tell me what dipshit in our government is letting a foreign fucking country buy our land up and control our foreign land? Are you fucking people idiots? Can we go over to China or Venezuela or Europe or anything and buy their fucking land? No. You morons need to have your head examined. They ought to naturalize it and seize every acre that China has over here. The bottom line is this. You don't let China buy land in the U.S. to control our farming. You bunch of morons. I'm not going to hurt. I got deer on my property right now. If I won't starve to death, trust me. But the point being is this. What about your people in your inner cities when this food shortage hits? And it's going to hit. It may not be the shelves are completely bare like they are in Cuba, but it's going to hit. And you're going to feel it. But mark my word, when the rich elites, the elitist, globalist pieces of shit that's doing all this, when they can't get what they need, that's when the news media will, tell you the truth. But what does it matter? News media ain't worth a shit anymore anyway. It's not news, it's propaganda. Obama made sure that propaganda was okay back in 2013. Look it up. Propaganda, Obama, 2013. Just look it up, but don't pay any attention to Snoop and all the fact checkers. Yeah, the fact checkers that end up getting fact checked after they fact check something and their fact check actually ends up being wrong. Lead stories, all of those idiot places that allegedly fact check. And 90% of the time they're wrong, or they have a dissenting opinion and they go, well, they're partially right because, the sun does come up in the east and it does set in the west, but but it has nothing to do with, our tides and the moon has nothing, and the lunar has nothing to do with the way tides come in and blah, 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 blah. They give this bullshit ass explanation that makes no sense to a common everyday person. You take stuff as a child, right? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it might be a duck. Or it could be, I don't know, Leah Thompson. The dude that's competing in women's sports that dominates the sports, and they're going, oh, she's so brave. No, he is not. He is a he, not a she. Oh, and what was it? CNN got caught photoshopping, to take away the Adam's apple a little bit and, draw in the chin line and make the complexion look better so he looks more like a damn girl. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm not going to say like they do on Fox or even Newsmax. oh, the biological male. Let's just call it what it is. Male. Yeah, we know that he's a biological male, but let's call it what it is. It's a male. I mean, all I can tell you is you can chop your dick off, stick it in a jar, and you still have an XY chromosome. And as long as you have an XY chromosome, you are a male, period. And don't get me started about intersex and all that kind of garbage, which is a medical condition, and it is so rare that it's not even relevant to the damn conversation. So the point being is this. If you are a dude, a male, you should never, ever be allowed to compete in women's sports. You are destroying women's sports. And when the feminist and I agree on something, then you know this pretty fucked up. Because transgender is a made up term. You can't transform into nothing. You can't transform into a woman if you are a man, and you can't transform into a man if you're a woman. I don't care if you cut your dick off and put it in a jar, you're just a guy with a cut off dick. And have you ever seen one of those surgeries? It looks like a woman's pussy had a stroke. That's what it looks like. It is awful. God. Yeah, they ain't got it right. You know, God has it right. Pussy. Yeah. And for all you that, sorry for the profane language, but you have the vagina that looks really nice in most cases. And then you have that. And it looks like the pussy ate too much and had a stroke. That's what it looks like. Whew. Anywho, the point being is Leah Thompson is not a woman, never will be a woman, never will know what it means to be a woman, never will menstruate, never will have a child, never will do any of that. And if you disagree with me, I don't give a shit. Whatever happened to just being gay? Shit. The fact of the matter is this. People that are trans have a psychological disorder. If they're truly thinks that they're in the wrong body, if they really, truly believe that. I'm not so sure that Leah Thompson's not just doing this shit because he never could win in the men's sports when he competed there. He was always losing. I'm not so sure this shit's not just a ploy. But let's just say for if it's real, if he really thinks that he's a woman trapped in a man's body, then he has a psychological disorder. Folks, what are we going to start doing? Telling Uncle Joe that the damn toaster's really talking to him and the CIA did plant chips in his head? I mean, give me a break. The fact of the matter is that this guy needs treatment. Anybody that thinks they're trapped in the wrong body, it would be awful. I will just be the first one to tell you that if you truly are in that state of mind, that would be debilitating. My heart goes out to anybody that is in that state. But to tell them that it's okay and to normalize it is just plain disingenuous and lying to them. These people need help. They need medical help, psychological help. That's why you have them that commit suicide. And the suicide rate is way up in trans, so-called trans. It's just a made-up term. When people have gender dysphoria, the suicide rate is up. I hate it for those folks. But you can no more transform into a woman if you're a man than you can transform from 60 to 20 years old or from being poor to a billionaire unless you work for it. You can't no more change from being white to black or black to white. All of that is just common damn sense. But for some reason, this silly ass nation has just decided that we gotta embrace it. And Kamanji, the Supreme Court nominee, can't even determine what a woman is. And going, soft on child porn on every case. I can understand that picking and choosing case by case, everything is different. I got it. But every case? I want to check her laptop. Just saying. Every case? That'd be like a judge, giving the minimum, less than the minimum sentence on every domestic violence case. Of course, there's people that are innocent. There's people that deserve a break on things. There's people that made a huge mistake. And then there's others that need to go their ass to jail. I get that. But if Josh Hawley is right and he's correct in his assessment, every case? That doesn't make sense to me. That's for another show. But the bottom line is this. We can't do this anymore, folks. Look at the gas prices. Look at it. Gas prices are through the damn roof. And people don't understand this, and I've said it earlier, that when gas prices go up, fuel prices go up, everything goes up. So all I'm going to tell you is I'm going to end this show today and tell you that I'm going to be doing this show on Sundays. I probably won't do it every day like I was trying to do it before, but we'll probably split it up into segments and talking points and have it split up like that. But the full show will be on Rumble. And the full show will be on the podcast at charlesgrim.com. And if I offended anyone, I don't care. Because if you can't go through life without being offended. I'm fat. I'm losing weight. I'm working on it. But if somebody comes up, damn, boy, you fat. Would that offend me? No. Why would the truth offend me? My ass is fat. Oh, and don't get me started about Steven Crowder and his little debacle with the oh my gosh, the fat studies. Really? I wasn't even going to talk about that, but oh, wait a minute. Fat studies? Jesus Christ, you're so brave. No, you're a heart attack waiting to happen. Anyway, we go look at it. It's hilarious as shit. He dresses up like a damn chick, and then he gets on there, and they want him to do peer reviews for fat studies. He's a dude dressed up like a chick and just tells them what they want to hear, and they don't even try to verify his credentials. They just, it's crazy. We are such a silly people. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next video, and God bless, stay safe, stock up some food, and if you can, get out of the damn city and buy you some land. And I'll see you.